Good job.
Thanks for letting me
See you,
talk
Chandler.
with. Don't tell me, Sloan.
Very good.
We're following Anaïs,
To
a French CrossFit athlete,
the one that's behind us.
the one that's behind us.
So we're following her.
Sometimes it's tough to follow.
Okay. You have to lead to follow.
You've got to lead to follow.
And follow to lead.
And this is where the confusion
This is what wolves
comes
do,
in.
isn't it? Wolves stay in the middle of the pack.
Anaïs, you could describe her as a wolf.
Okay. And where are we going?
To a coffee shop
Okay.
that was recommended by another coffee shop in Mallorca.
Right.
And considering this is you have a coffee wads and pods, this feels very relevant.
Coffee pods and wads. But yeah, okay.
I even read your t-shirt before I said it.
Have you ever ridden one of these?
Yes, I'm a professional.
Oh.
First time I came to Madrid, I had the chance to ride with O'Keefe and Dylan Malitsky, and we went to a gym. O'Keefe almost died 5 times.
On the way or at the gym?
On the way to the gym, and a little bit at the gym too.
Okay. A 43-minute walk.
Yes, but we don't walk.
My scooter ran out of battery. Built for athletes. Okay, Madrid. The Spanish crane. National bird of Spain. Spanish train. Spanish drain. Self-funding Uber this weekend. A lot of Ubers. So far I've had bad music, a lot of cologne. The last guy, fuck man, he was wearing so much aftershave. And then at one point he like closed the windows. It was like he knew. I basically held my breath for 15 minutes. It was fucking intense. He was Colombian and he kept trying to make conversation but had no English and I have no Spanish. So he just kept saying stuff like mucho people, and I was like, is he pretending to speak Spanish or is he like dumbing down his Spanish for me? But I don't know. Anyway, Brian Friend.
That's about the best I got. I said with the Dukic brothers, they're like, it's not an issue, but it does make our calves more sore than the normal double unders, and people will be feeling that on the run in the morning. So, which is totally fine.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I mean, I was panicking a little bit about it because obviously we wrote it as the normal route, and then I mean we signed off on it, but on the premise that it's like the same as the RX Smart Gear route.
See you, Louis.
And anyway, so we had that discussion. I was like, look, as long as it's still a lifting test, I don't mind. But now it's funny because although I'm panicking about athletes not lifting, I'm now looking at it from like the Castro perspective, where it's like, hey, we're giving you something, and if you can't overcome it, and it's like I see every side of the argument now, which is like if I was an athlete, I'd be on their side. If I'm a programmer, I see it from how I wanted the test to be, but then from an event organizer side. So it's quite interesting.
What size is it? Medium? Small. Small.
Small rope?
Small.
What height are you?
Small, baby. 5'11". But the medium. Look, 5'11".
5'11". I'm a tiny bit taller. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm 6'4".
That's right.
Okay.
I feel like people taller than me are using the small one.
I used one a little while ago, and it's a lot harder than I knew it was going to be difficult, but I've only ever seen people who make it look easy use it. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a piece of piss.
It's not.
No. How much time are you anticipating to have to lift?
In a perfect world, around a minute.
So 30 seconds for your...
I think it'll take like 35 seconds.
Okay, I was kind of thinking like 40 seconds to lift would be good. After you've calmed down and...
What's going to probably happen out there, 45 seconds to a minute, I'm at 30 seconds to lift.
Okay.
But
this is in this,
I did a variation of this.
In this part of the vlog now, I'll skip to you panicked looking at the clock.
Athletes, 30 seconds.
136 for Felix. taking that test lead at 145.
First one, I felt like with the, I thought you could go out immediately and start loading, which couldn't. You had to wait till apparently the clock, which I think should have changed.
Yeah, because the second
group had a whole nother minute, so like we should be able to change, give ourselves 30 seconds. Because I literally like started to load, and she's like, no, and I was like, what do you mean no? She's like, no, you need to wait. I was like, for what? She's just like, the 1 minute. I was like, so then I have a minute to load this and then go? I was like, okay, whatever. But so ultimately started, and I just felt panicked, or just kind of like not ready.
Yeah.
Like on that first go. And Mike said I started like the whole time I've done this, the rope. It was like do 3 or 4 singles, get the tension of the rope and go. And I just started in the doubles, but I did it. But then had a few trips and then like went into the jerk, and the floor was super slippery. So my foot felt like it was sliding on the jerk. So I think I was semi-timid to like really reach with my front foot. And then so the second one I threw chalk down to try to make it more tacky on the actual ground.
For the second full one, or because you missed and got it first time?
Oh, no, not like the second round. So then I thought it'd be fun to miss the first one just to get the jitters out of the way, and then wait till about 5 seconds, pick up the bar again and hit it.
3 seconds.
And then I felt like just doing the extra clean and jerk just conserved my energy for the rest.
Yeah.
I felt more warmed up than probably everybody else. I already did double the work.
Makes sense.
But then even the second one, I still felt confused on freaking what I was supposed to put on the bar. Like I went over it with Mike 10 times before we started, and I was like, red, blue, yellow, white, blue. No.
You just do color plates. You don't say.
Well, back home I know what it is like that. Like I don't have to think about it. Like here I'm like, well that's but because it's all less, right? So I see red, blue, yellow. I think 315 automatically.
Yeah.
But here it's 308, right? So then you put the 5 on, but that 5 automatically takes you like a 25-pound jump, right? And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because that's 10 back home.
Does it make you empathize with Europeans?
100%.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. One of the coolest moments in my competition history.
Did you like how Lazar was pretending he was happy for you?
Yeah, no. He won on the tie break because the tie break was the second lift, and we knew that. And then I loaded 154. He told me he did 155, and then I had 154 on the barbell, and then I'm like let's just try. That's just 1 kilo.
From across the floor.
Yeah, he was telling me 155, and then I'm like, yeah, let's just try. Like 1 kilo is. Because I worked so much on my clean, and my like jerk was always good for me. It was just clean. If I can clean it, I can jerk it. So I was like, I mean, to win big, you kind of have to risk it a bit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I had 150. It's kind of time to risk it a bit on the lifting events, and it paid off big time. Like this is clean and jerk PR. So yeah, perfect time to do it, right?
It was cool. Nice little brotherly moment.
Yeah. And we had we had agreement. If we knew that somebody is winning it on a tie break, for example, my second lift was 150, his 152. We kind of like tell me what you did, so I try to match it. So at least I go between you and some other guys.
Oh.
So like that's what
gamesmanship.
Yeah, that's why like I didn't want to try 154 because I also wanted to kind of
put a gap.
Yeah, put a gap between him and the other guys, and also gain some points for me as well.
Yeah.
So I think after this one we might be like 1-2 in the leaderboard. So
does that friendliness stop then?
No, never. We always say like, when we're going to competitions together, it's always the goal is to try to take first 2 places.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like our brotherhood will always be more important than CrossFit.
You were happier for him doing that lift than you were for yourself doing that lift.
Oh, probably. Because
your response to your own lift was like, woohoo. Yeah. The response to him was like, burn the fuck.
Yeah, because like we were talking for the whole day, like what will happen if like we get to the same weight, and like what would happen if the second weight of him is heavier than mine, and like what we need to do. And then as soon as I finished the second lift, I'm like 152, check. Like I did 152. He's like, what's next? I'm like 155. Okay, so he loads 150. He did 150 and then 155. So I won by a tiebreaker, but it was like super like great to see him because like he was struggling with a lot of injuries. Like he was sick at the semifinals. He was struggling with his back and knee at the quarterfinals. He was like struggling with the wrist before this competition, and like everything like was so hard for him. So when it all comes together, I think the payback for him is gonna be like great. So I hope it's this competition like that catapults him.
And if you're like wishing him well and stuff, 30 minutes for 5K. Probably both in the top 3, maybe 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So then on the run tomorrow, you're like, fuck you, Luca.
No, like we already talked about working together tomorrow, and I think we can run the same pace through the whole 5K, but he was a soccer player and his acceleration is much better, so if it comes to the last 200 meter, he's got it, but I'm gonna be happy with like 1 place behind because I'm a little bit better at gymnastics event, so it's gonna come up to the final. I hope. So whoever wins, like,
do you know what the final is?
Well, a rooster announced the equipment that's gonna be used, so it's a pig, and we didn't have the rope climb, so I guess it's a rope climb.
On a machine, I heard.
I hope it's not rower. I hope it's like the bike, because like the rower of assault is much harder than the concept 2 rower. So maybe a runner. I will see. I don't know. So,
But if there's already a runner, then maybe not a runner.
Whatever. If it's a pig, it's a good one for me. So
how's it for him?
Good. He teach me how to lift the tires, so it's better for him actually.
How come you don't shave your body and he shaves his body?
I forgot.
Because that's to differentiate.
I forgot. I didn't shave.
You shave your chest.
He's like a week off. I'm like a month and a half.
Oh, okay.
We had a wedding to go, and we got really like perfect for wedding, which was week before.
Yeah, week before. So.
Was it a shirtless wedding?
No,
I don't know, but just in case.
You want to know who's coming up those stairs right now? Because I can hear his voice. Is Noah Swolsen Ohlsen. I guarantee it. I'm not even gonna look.
Sorry, we gotta go warm up. We're starting soon. Thank you guys. We'll catch you later.
I can hear that voice.
It's like a dog whistle.
It's like your kid.
It's like hearing an American
when you
accent
hear
when
your
you're in
child, like Dad. That's what I hear.
I didn't hear you. Noah's walking up the stairs right now. He's like, I don't see him. I said, just give it a second. He's there. And I was like, he's like, I don't see him. So like, I
We've got that connection.
I said, you're
He
like my
compared
child.
it to a son, yeah.
So what? Like my
It's like
child,
hearing your
and
son's voice.
You're like,
wow.
kids screaming, and you just know where they are. Like,
Dice means say, mi hijo, which would mean you're calling me your son.
or I can just be like, hey, you're my son.
Or say, mi
Because
hijo.
we're both native English speakers.
Or that.
What's the 0 and different? It's like opposite.
Yeah. Black and orange, orange and black. The watch, the shoes. Oh, I'm not wearing my shoes. The shoes are orange and black, and she said it was a cool idea, so I was like, give it a go.
I'm a big admirer of your style, your choice of apparel from Puma.
Oh,
a big
thanks.
admirer of wearing like soccer jerseys and stuff. And
Soccer jerseys are cool because they breathe well, and then people confuse me for a real athlete when I walk down the street. They're like, "Oh, the guy, like, he looks like he works out. He's got a soccer jersey on. He must be famous." So,
but he's way too big to be a soccer player.
Yeah, and they're like, he's probably not from Serbia too, because I'm always wearing like just different countries and stuff like that. Something's just not checking out. But
Are you? Is it confirmed that you're on a team together this year? Or is it still kind of seeing what happens?
We don't have a full team fleshed out yet, but yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And would that require you moving to Miami or him moving to?
Someone's got to move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a stumbling block? Potential stumbling block?
I guess so. Yeah. We got more bridges to cross before we get to that point, I'd say.
Would you do a team with Jesse or no?
I would prefer not to, just because I don't want to.
I wouldn't want to work in a school with my wife. She's a teacher as well.
Some separation, right?
Yeah.
That's where you're not.
Talk about different things and not. Yeah.
I think like before it's all said and done, though, that'd be fun. Like it'd be a fun thing to talk about for our kids. But I think if I'm doing it to try and just be focused on winning, I don't necessarily want to like be on her all the time or have her be on me. Like, hey, what are you eating that candy right now? Like, you know, we got a thing tomorrow or something like that. So it's not my first option, but I think it'd be really special if it did work out. Yeah.
Is it difficult having your best year to date and then being like, fuck, I said I'd go team, and now I'm after having like a really good year?
I think a lot of people's like sense of achievement and worth is like tied only in like how they do at the CrossFit Games. Like last year, by many metrics, it was my best year, and I wasn't at the CrossFit Games, right? Like, but I had like good rogue, we did well, Waterloo, and like other things were going well. So like the CrossFit Games is like a part of a season as a professional fitness athlete, but it doesn't have to be everything. And like I think I can still get a lot of achievement and satisfaction out of doing well on the team for the CrossFit Games, and then still, you know, doing a bunch of other off-season events or just like spending more time doing things that aren't CrossFit. Crazy as that sounds.
Interesting. I'd include Rogue and Wodapalooza as
I go like this,
up until the games this year being one season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I bookended as like once August comes, that season is over and the next one starts.
Interesting.
So that's why I said it was your most
It's the
successful
perspective.
day.
What do you think? How would you? When does the season start? And when does the season end?
Does it go January to January, or does it go?
I'd say after quarterfinals.
What? No, bro.
No, as in like the seat. Like for me, when does the seat? Not for you, as when do I need to start focusing? But like.
2023 season. Like, you count Wodapalooza this next year?
Oh yeah, I would say kind of like the beginning of the year starts.
I say like whatever.
Because I feel like that's kind of like the first test before like the Open.
I say once
that
the
kind of like
4th of August passes, now we're into a new year.
Yeah.
Both are valid.
So I'd say like Rogue, Wodapalooza is all this season.
Makes me sound better. But
yeah, that does.
Yeah.
Starting it in.
Okay, well then after my most successful year.
Just in case. I am so sweaty. I was just like sopping it up with chalk.
Everywhere.
I know. It like.
You have like a Halloween costume.
Yeah,
Do I look like? I look like I'm like Michael Jackson, white gloving it or something. Yeah, literally. Just my cosplaying me as Canadian.
What was
Is this
second
better?
in that heat?
I don't know, probably. I opened at 100, but I hit 100, 105, and then I was like, let's go 110, and like blacked out standing it up. But
I think that's second. From what I saw.
I think it is too. I'm just more disappointed with myself, but I've been running so much that I feel like I've lost a little bit of my like strength. But I also.
Did you feel 10 was like a easy, like 110?
Well, 240, 110 is 242, and I've hit 240 multiple times. I hit 240 in practice, but the rope was also a lot easier in practice.
That was the RX.
So, yes, exactly. It took me way less time. I was also, my legs weren't sore. My legs are very sore today just from all the squatting.
Bad for legs.
Yeah, and I'm sure that had an effect, but 242 is 110, so like 2 pounds heavier, which like is scary mentally, but I was like 105 felt so good. I was like, take a risk, like do it, like whatever. You know, I saw so many people not even get through, so I was like, you can take a risk, let's do it, and I did, and it did not pay off. I'm only mad that I hit 240 in practice and I didn't hit it here, and I hate ending on a miss, but whatever. I took a risk and I'm still learning.
And if you've been running a lot, then does that mean you're looking forward to tomorrow?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to.
You're looking forward to it more than you would have in the past.
I'm looking forward to making myself proud.
And what other off-season things have you got planned? Comps and stuff.
Game time.
Down under on a team, but I don't have a team yet, so if anybody wants to do team of 3 with me.
Trip to Australia?
Yeah. She won't. She's doing Dubai. She already said no. I already asked her. I told her to do it.
That was like the same weekend, isn't it?
Do it. No, it's Australia first. Oh, Australia first. That's what I mean. So just come to Australia.
You probably have
first.
to stop in Dubai on your way home anyway.
Exactly. True. So, all right. Looks like I have a team, at least one team member. Perfect.
You just need one more.
For Down Under.
You guys want to lose, huh?
Who are you doing down under? Who are you doing down under with?
Danny Spiegel and Emily Lugman. The winning team.
Hey, what's the name of the girl that she always says? Clary! Clary! Oh god, that's so funny.
I'm just going to put all this in.
Hey bud, thank you guys. Good luck tomorrow.
Is it okay if I start charging people €2 for every picture, and then we can split it 70-20?
Honestly, I don't even want
I'll
any.
keep the other 10, so 80-20.
You could just have 100.
Okay.
I like taking pictures, so it's a win-win. I win, you win.
Do you like doing it now though? After a workout, like when you're.
Yeah, and I don't even mind it before. Honestly, I think the only time that I'm a little uptight about it is we're like in the middle of warming up or running to the warm-up area. Most people are very understanding. Sometimes
I think you're one.
Not so much.
Something.
Hello.
I'll trade you.
Deal.
I'll talk about it. He's the best in the sport. Best person I've honestly ever been around for that. Like even my dad was like all in professional sports and like being around that my whole life. Like, everybody waits, but then they have like a limit, you know, where they're like, all right, I got to get stuff done. And I definitely hit my limit today because I was like nervous about the double unders and stuff. And it's like, I don't know, sometimes it's like hard to be focused on two things. And I've never seen him like willingly say no. It's always somebody else is like dragging him through, which today was me. Sometimes I have to be the jerk for him. But nicest guy in the biz.
End of Friday. Good day. Solid. Tomorrow there's a run in the morning. Big gap. and then more events on site tomorrow night. We'll see what happens. Good night.